Hi guys, so let's solve this 2023 scholarship question. I've solved a couple before, but this is the third one I'm solving. There are so many different ways of solving this one particular question, and I'm gonna use binomial theorem, right? So, but you can use it and you can change it in a polar form and solve it that way. But yeah, I'm just going to do it the way I find it easier. So it says given z is equals to minus 1 over 2 plus root 3 over 2i, find z bar. Z bar is the conjugate, right, of that power 4 in rectangular form. So here we have z is equals to minus half plus root 3 over 2i, right? So z bar or its conjugate is going to be minus half minus root 3 over 2i, all right? And we have to now find to the power 4, right? So z to the power of 4 is equals to minus half plus root 3 over 2i to the power of 4. The easiest way of doing binomial theorem is through Pascal's triangle. So you have 1, then you have 1, 2, 1, and then you keep adding the two numbers. So you start with 1, you add these two, it's going to give you 3. You add these two, it's going to give you 3, and then 1, the next one. So that is a plus b whole square. The formula is going to come from there, and a plus b whole cube is going to come from there, and a plus b to the power of 4 is what we want, is going to come from here. So what we are just going to rub it off because I need more space there. So it's going to be 1, starting from 1, then I add these two, it's going to give me 4, then I add these two, it's going to give me 6, then again I add these two, it's going to give me 4, and it ends with 1. How I'm going to create the formula from this is it's going to be a plus b whole square, whole to the power of 4, because we're doing that, is equals to 1. So it's 1 and the highest power of the first, so which is power 4, plus 4. Now the power of a is going to decrease and power of b is going to increase. So a to the power of 3 and b to the power of 1. So in the first one it was b to the power of 0, which is 1, so that's why it's not written there, plus 6a square b square. So a is decreasing, b is increasing, plus 4ab cube plus b to the power of 4, right? So that's the formula here. Now I have written the sign wrong. Let me change the sign. It is negative. Now what we have to do is I just need to substitute the things. So it's going to be z to the power of 4, or z bar to the power of 4, is equals to the first one to the power of 4. So it's minus 1 over 2 to the power of 4 plus 4 minus 1 over 2 to the power of 3 and root 3 over 2, which is negative as well, I, all right, to the power of 1, plus 6 minus 1 over 2 to the power of 2 minus root 3 over 2i to the power of 2, plus 4 minus 1 over 2 to the power of 3 minus root 3 over 2 I to the power of 3, and the first one is power of 1 now because this is decreasing, and the last one is plus minus root 3 over 2i to the power of 4. All right, once you have written this, we need to just simplify this. So minus 1 to the power of 4 is 1, and 2 to the power of 4 is 16, so that's going to become 1 over 16, plus, now here if we solve, minus 1 over 2 to the power of 3 is going to be, let's write it, minus 1 over 2 to the power 3 is 8, and then minus root 3 over 2i. All right, it's always, no matter which exam you are doing, always do all the working on the paper. Don't do so much of mental maths things unless it is like the easy mental maths, because your brain can actually get really stressed when you have so many multiplications in your head. I always suggest my students to do as much working as they can in the book, no matter how long you write, how you're solving. Try and do all the solution on the paper so there are less chances of error. So plus 6, the next bracket is going to give me 1 over 4. Here, this bracket is going to give me minus square. I'm just going to do it in steps. So minus square is going to be positive. Root 3 square is going to give me 3. I square is going to give me minus 1 over 2 square is going to give me 4. All right, again, step by step. Because there are so many numbers here, it's very easy to make mistakes because there are so many negative signs as well. So always do it on paper and very slow. So here minus 1 minus cube is going to be a negative answer. Root 3 cube is going to be 3 root 3. I cube is going to be minus I, because it's going to be I square is minus 1 times I is going to be minus I over cube is going to give me 8, right? Plus minus to the power of 4 is positive. Root 3 to the power of 4 is 9 over 16. I to the power of 4 is 1. So we don't have to write that, right? Cool. Now next is 1 over 16. Now here we have two negatives, so it's going to be a positive. 4 times 1 is 4 root 3, so 4 root 3i over 8 times 2 is 16. I'm not simplifying it yet because the denominator for both the cases is 16. Let's keep the denominator same so we don't have to simplify it later, or adding fractions might become difficult later. So now next one is one negative sign there. So it's going to be negative. 6 times 1 is 6 times 3 is 18 over 16. Next one is 1 negative, 2 and 3 negative signs. So it's going to be negative. 4 times 1 is 4 times 3 is 12. So 12 root 3 and I over 8 times 2 is 16 plus 9 over 16. All right, now all the denominators are 16, so that's very helpful. Now let's do the real numbers together and imaginary together. So we have 1 over 16 minus 18 over 16 and 9. So 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 take away 8. 18 is minus 8. So minus 8 over 16. 4 root 3i and 12 root 3i is going to be giving us 4 take away 12 is minus 8 again. So minus 8 root 3 over 16i. All right. Now we can simplify this now because this is the final answer kind of. So it's going to be minus 8 over 16 is minus half. Minus 8 root 3 over 16 is root 3 over 2i. Right, and it's exactly same what z bar was, right? And this is equals to z bar. Cool. That was a simple question. You can also change it into a polar form, solve it there and bring it back to the normal form if you want to do it that way. I like binomial a lot, so I prefer doing it using binomial. Cool. Have a good day.